What's up, guys? Caleb here today, and I'm going to tell you guys about why I chose my BRZ over all the other cars there are in that price range and that same style of car. Starting off, my number one reason is the looks. I love the way this car looks. It's one of my favorite looking cars out there for under $50,000. I honestly think it looks awesome. Aside from the stock wheels, it even looks good stock. I thought the stock wheels are way too small. That's why we have these wheels. But why did I choose it over the other cars? The Genesis Coupe was one of the big ones I looked at. The 370Z I looked at. Of course, both of those are a lot faster. Even the 2.0 Genesis Coupe's a lot faster than the BRZ. So the Genesis Coupe was the first car I looked at. Did not like it. Thought it was going to be the car I was going to buy. I saw it online, I read all the reviews. I was like, awesome. That's the car I'm getting. I almost didn't even look at the BRZ. Then I went and drove the Genesis Coupe. Drove the 370Z. I love the 370Z. It's just too expensive, and to get anything cool on that package, it just kept going up and up in price, and I didn't want to pay that much. For the amount of money it just wasn't worth it to me. Then I went to the Subaru dealership, and I thought I was going to look at the WRX. I ended up getting in the BRZ, going for a test drive. They were so busy at the Subaru dealership, they didn't have anyone to show me the car. The guy just gave me the keys and let me drive it around, which was pretty crazy. Because at the Hyundai dealership, I had like 10 people helping me, and to me that wasn't a good sign necessarily. It was just that they were so overwhelmed at the Subaru dealership because the cars were so good, people are buying them. But I love this car, and it's awesome. And now we'll go into why, and we'll do a couple driving clips of it. So obviously it wasn't just the dealerships that made me like the car, it wasn't just the looks. My main thing is when I got in it, it just felt so natural to drive. My first car that really got me into cars was a Nissan 240 SX. That was the second car I ever owned. It's what I learned how to drive manual in. And this really gave me the same vibe as that car. It's light, rear-wheel drive, it's fun to drive. The gear changes in this car are one of the best I've ever felt. That being said, the Genesis, I did not care for its shifting. It did not feel good. The 370 felt nice, but I felt so connected to this car, and like it's so easy to drive fast and enjoy yourself. And it's not a fast car. It's actually quite slow in comparison to a lot of the other cars out there. But that didn't matter to me. I just liked driving it. When I got in it, I always had a smile on my face. I enjoyed it. Now, I still wasn't happy with how it drove after a couple months. Before I did any modifications to it, I drove it for probably 6 months. Then I got wheels. I didn't do anything else to it again for over a year. Now, in the last couple months, I've been doing a lot to it. I put headers, catback, stage 2 tune. It's now running 85 ethanol. And now it is 100% one of my favorite cars I've ever driven, without a doubt. I drove my dad's STI for a couple months and let him have this. I ended up asking to trade back because the STI just wasn't as fun to drive. It's too big for me. I like the sporty feel of it. I'm 21 years old. I feel like I should be driving a sporty car. Yes, the STI is significantly faster, but it's just not the same feel to me. Especially after when on coilovers on this car. It is so fun to drive. It sticks around corners. It rails corners. It's so awesome. If you turn off the traction control, it's so easy to drift around in. So easy to control all the drifts. Just the power and the ability to control the car is so on point compared to a lot of those other cars. It just feels so little. It reminds me a lot of the older Miatas. I've had a bunch of those, and I love those cars. It just ties into all the cars I really enjoy driving, and it's so awesome. It's so fun. It's just such a good all-around car. There's not a whole lot of downsides for me to this car. Probably my biggest one is how uncomfortable it is on like a long ride. It's not super uncomfortable, but it's significantly less comfortable than those other cars on a long ride. And you know, that kind of sucks. And the other downside is there's not a lot of space in it, but you're buying a coupe, you shouldn't expect too much space. I kind of wish they just didn't put rear seats in and just made that a lot of cargo space like the older RX-7s I've had, because that was really cool. Like, they used to have 2 glove boxes and it went straight into the trunk. Yeah, I realized that was like a fastback kind of deal, but other than that, I love the car. It's awesome. It's been so fun. I got it in 2014. It's the 2014, and I still love it. Almost 2017. It is 2017 now, so It's been really good to me. I haven't had any issues with it so far. I'm hoping to add some more mods to it soon, and hopefully they'll be fun. Also, you get the Subaru rumble. Which is gotta be awesome. Everybody loves the Subaru rumble. Yeah, I don't have boost noises yet, and I don't have any other forced induction noises, but when we get there, this car is going to be fucking rad. The way this thing feels around a corner is phenomenal. The turning, the braking, the steering response, all spot on. Everything about this car just makes such an enthusiast car. It's so fun to drive. If you do get one and you do decide to modify it, I guarantee it'll be just as fun, if not more fun, than any of those other cars. I've driven a couple of those modified, not as modified as this, but you know, little stuff. My roommate used to have a 350Z. If you're solely into drifting and you're going to beat on it, yeah, the 350Z is probably better, but all over, this car is awesome, very reliable, gets decent gas mileage, super fun to drive. So that's why I chose the BRZ. If you guys have any questions about the BRZ or want to see any videos of the BRZ, just send a comment our way, subscribe, like, share, and stay flaccid, y'all.